At Building Radar, we help building products manufacturers and general contractors to win high-margin projects in a systematic way. We call this process revenue engineering. Our customers, like Holcim, Bosch, or Schüco, use Building Radar to build process-oriented sales organizations to increase their revenue through proactive sales in a transparent and scalable manner. To illustrate how this works, let us assume the role of a fictitious facade manufacturer and take a tour through the Building Radar platform.
You'll start off in Building Radar on this dashboard. This dashboard tells you your progress so far, how far along you are in your onboarding journey, and your most important deals that you might want to take a look at from here directly. Starting from scratch, however, you will begin your journey in the screening folder. This is where you will be receiving information that has been curated for you by our AI. In this example, let's take a look at one of these projects. You can find the title as well as some basic information from this overview. But by clicking on this project, you will be getting a more detailed overview of what's happening. On the left-hand side, you see a history of everything that has been aggregated from different sources to compile this overall project. Whereas on the main part of the page, you will find some edge data on this, as well as the option to dive deeper into this project. For example, I might want to know, how is this project sustainable? And the AI will then go through all of the sources that exist and give me an answer. Having learned all of this, my next choice is then going to be to decide whether or not I want to spend more time with this project. So I could either reject it, which is very important to train the AI to identify more relevant projects for you in the future, or on the other hand, to click this blue star to add it to your pipeline. This pipeline is where the real magic happens, because this will map out the maturation process that this project takes from early qualification up until the point where we hand it over to your CRM. In this view, each of these boxes represents a project that has been added to this pipeline by you. While this shiny one is the project that we have just added, these other ones bearing these little icons, for example, will give you hints as to open next steps that exist on all of these, as well as overdue next steps that you should have already completed. While this view is also very nice to see how the flow through your pipeline works, you can change your view at the top right here to get more in-depth information on all of your projects. If we now go back to the one that we just added, we will be transported to this page. This page then points us through the stage objectives to the things we should be doing to advance this deal through our pipeline. My task here is to find a contact. You can now, of course, go on to pages such as LinkedIn and see if you can find more information outside of Building Radar, or you could make your life really easy by clicking on Find Contacts for me and have the AI do the work for you. What is happening now is that the AI is going to go through every single source that it has available to itself to find whether there are people that might be interesting to you and help you get a foot in the door with this project. In this instance, we have found 6 contacts. So from the development director of the investor to the associate director of the architects and many others. You can then choose the contacts that you would like to engage with. So let's pick Walt Thistleton, Kirsten Haggard, and Victoria Manston. You then add them to your project by clicking the blue button below. Now that you have added these contacts, we will want to, of course, find their contact data. You do this by clicking on the icon that's prompted to you by the platform anyway. If you then click on Find Contact Info, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the AI to pull in all information that's available on this particular person. By clicking Save to Contact, you will copy over this information into the main part of the platform. Having found an email address and a phone number, you will notice the buttons Prepare Call and Prepare Email to flare up. Before we use those, however, let's make sure we indicate Kirsten as our main contact to be able to progress the deal to the next stage. You simply click on Find Contact, indicate that this is Kirsten, And the platform automatically is going to prompt you to push the deal to the next stage. We do that, and we then see our stage objectives change. So now we are due to schedule our first meeting with Kirsten. And as I mentioned, we can now use these two buttons. For example, if I click on prepare email, what's going to happen is the AI is going to put into context everything we know about Kirsten with everything we know about the project, and then put this into context with our own value proposition of the fictional facade systems. Our desired outcome is to ask for a meeting, and our writing style is formal. These can all, of course, be freely adjusted depending on your use case. So what I'm getting here is an email that reads, Dear Kirsten, came across your project. Pretty cool what you've planned there with lowering your embodied carbon levels by 40%. This is in line with our vision at Fictional Facade Systems. We specialize in sustainable and innovative solutions, yada, yada. I'm confident our expertise could be a valuable addition to your project. I propose we arrange a meeting to explore how we can help you. If you're anything like me and suffer from the occasional writer's block when it comes to writing emails, this system is excellent in providing a suggestion within the blink of an eye. We are seeing response rates to these kinds of emails of up to 21% depending on the client. The only thing that's left to do in this instance for you is to click on Create Email, which is going to open your default email program and copy over all the information. So the only thing left to do for you is to hit send. Back on Building Radar, however, let's imagine we now sent this email and we're waiting for a reply. So we're going to set a next step, follow up with Kirsten in case we do not get any until Wednesday next week. We hit create next step and return to the pipeline to see our box, which we originally had in qualification, have made its way into outreach.
Now you have seen the basics of what our platform can do. You certainly have a few questions about revenue engineering as a wider program. To get in touch, please follow the links in the description of this video or send us an email to the address you see on screen now. We're looking forward to hearing from you.